Welcome to Big Step Forward, where we're going to do a similar video to yesterday, where we're going to be focusing on feet. It's just a little quickie, just to get you feeling ready for your day in a slightly unusual way. So place your hands on your feet and let's start off with giving ourselves the foot rub our partners never do. Remember, toes are just as important. And then we can go into the inner sort of the solar plexus area, which is between the big toe and second toe, middly part. The balls of the feet, inner arches. And then the heels as well. We often forget how important it is to love the top of our feet as well. So we're going to you can come into any position that makes this easy and comfortable for you. But make sure that you go all the way down to the toes. And then let's even do the ankles. Fabulous. Let's jump up now and let's actually start warming up the feet. We're going to start with feet turning outwards, heels together. And you're going to see if you can control heel raises. If you find that you clunk down, I want you to hold on to something and work on the control. And I really want your toes to be spread wide away from each other. So this is not a crunchy toe vibe. You're trying to get that lovely duck foot with little gaps between each digit. Okay, and then we're going to try the exact same thing, but weird. We're going to turn the toes inwards. And again, just notice how much control you have as you rise and lower. Okay, now turn the feet parallel. Just do little bounces on the feet. Let's do that with feet out. And then also with feet in. You can be nice and shaky. Let your arms go, let your shoulders go. Oh, my feet feel nice and warm. So we've done a little bit with the foot going into this position, but of course the toes were flat. So let's actually take it right down now into a kneeling position. And actually, if you find that sitting in this position is really intense, grab something soft for underneath the ankle so that it's not going into such a huge range. However, some of you might sit here and actually your ankle can tolerate this quite well. So I want you to just lean backwards a smidgen and squeeze your bum to lift your hips up. And then see if you can tilt back until you're rocking onto the pointy toes. Last one. Let's do the exact same ankle position now from downward dog. So hands are going to go flat. You're in all fours. Keep your toes pointed. And I'd like you to lift your hips up and come down. And for some of you, your hips are going to go up, I don't know, an inch, whilst others might rise up as high as a meter. The idea is that you're always setting yourself up for success. Now we've been working quite linearly, I think that's a word, aka straight. We also have really complex joints around the ankles. So let's see if we can lift up and one ankle can swoosh around the edge of the foot followed by the other one. Then we're going to come back down. Let's do the other one first. So you're on the top of the foot, you're going to swoosh around one, smush around the other, and down. Good, let's do that twice more. So we're just kind of going around the circular aspect of the foot to go into our down dog. Okay, nice one. Let's take it up into downward dog and then let's cycle through the heels. Do the same thing with feet outwards. And the same thing with feet inwards. Great stuff. Now with feet parallel, I want you to walk the feet all the way towards the top of the mat and lower your hips to the ground. Feet are going to be straight out in front of you. Similar to yesterday, when we did like wrist circles with neural flossing, we're going to start our ankle circles. And if sitting like this is uncomfortable, sit up on something or use your arms as a support. Let's do 3 big circles outwards. And then let's reverse the circles inwards. Great. Now, if we lengthen through the lower spine, tip forward, and when you cannot go anymore, you then curve your upper back, chin to chest, and then we start applying those ankle circles. We are going to be flossing through all the different nerves that branch out from the sciatic nerve. And after the third circle, take your ankle circles the other way. Nice. Now, if you're like, oh, I like it, we are going to try and go a little bit deeper on the next round. So remember, we're starting with the awareness in our pelvis. See if you can tip it so it's like the bucket of water, spilling water out of your belly button. This is your anterior pelvic tilt. You're going to go as far forward as you can with the chest, curve over an imaginary ball. Keep your toes flexed until you feel that nervy tingling sensation. Keep it a 3 out of 10. And then with really strong legs, let's take 3 circles anti-clockwise. And then reverse them. Brilliant. Alrighty, let's sit up tall. Let's open the legs wide. Okay, so we haven't done much for hips. So I know this is like a big step forward first thing in the morning. Let's just warm up by doing some body circles, because we are going to add in a little foot drill here. And then let's take it the other way. Okay, brilliant. So the toe thing that we're about to do, let me show you with my hand first, because it can feel a little bit complicated. We did this with our hands yesterday. You're going to imagine you're curling your toes to touch the sole of the foot. The foot's then going to point, and then your toes are going to flare as you flex back up. So you're going to kind of repeat this wave-like action. Now, the idea is that you're staying quite solid throughout the rest of the body as your feet become the focus. And you really want to try and go to the very edge of what the movements are capable of. It always helps to look. Okay, when you've done the first 5, have a little stretch forward. Go back into your little body weird movements. Just to have a check in with the hips. How are they doing? How's your spine? Okay, we're going to reverse it now. So now you're going to stay long through the toes as you point. And you're going to curl the toes in and curl those. Keep the toes curly as you flex through the ankles and spread. Okay, so toes are up, ankles go, 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 go. Toes curl and you come up. Last one. And then we retest again with our hips. Oh, definitely better than when we started. Let's have a go coming into squat next. And I want you to see the angle of the knee coming over the toe. I want you to explore a squat that kind of increases the ankle range into that dorsiflexion, but from a squat. So you're going to shift into one knee and then the other. The heel may lift, okay, and that's fine, but you want to try and keep it anchored as the knee points forward, forward, forward. So you're really getting into that dorsiflexion, and the area of the ankle that we're working and mobilizing is called the talus, okay? The talus is like a little joint right underneath your tibia, and it creates this exact ankle motion that you're using right now. Now, it's one thing with the legs in external rotation and a whole different ball game with the leg in internal rotation. So I want you to come up into standing, and let's do the snow plow as you kind of do little bounces into your dorsiflexion with internal rotation. Maybe you're feeling little burny quads. 3 more, 2 more. And 1. There we go, my loves. I hope you're feeling absolutely fantastic after we did weird feet hands. Dan calls my feet fans. So I hope you feel fantastic after you did the foot stuff. It's been an absolute pleasure teaching you. I'll see you on our final day tomorrow.